Morning, my name is Srinivas Govada. In this session, we'll discuss the solutions for the DBMS Practice Challenge 1.0. There are 30 questions in this, all are MCQs. Now we'll start to try to solve the questions one by one. Okay, going to question number 1. Using which language can a user request information from the database? The question is, by which language the user can take the information from the database? So the options given to us are query, relational, structure. So in order to get something from information database, we need to write some program. That program is written by using SQL language. So in SQL language, query is the option. Query is you write a query to get information from the database tables. So the right option for this first question would be query. So query is a command given to the database engine to retrieve information from the database. For example, your query can be, if you need to get the information from the student database table, I will write, I need select some information. For example, star means all the columns from the table name called as EMP. So the table name is student or EMP. So when I write this statement I will be writing on an SQL which will talk to the database. So SQL is a language used to talk to the database, and this command select star from EMP is a command which is fired on the database to give me the information from all the details from the table called as EMP. Instead, star means all the columns from the EMP database table. Okay, that is the first answer would be option A, that is query. Now we'll go to the second question. The term attribute refers to dash of a table. So what is in a table consist of? Table would consist of columns and rows. Table and columns. For example, my name of the table is EMP. This is the table on EMP. This is having, example, 2 columns: employee ID, employee name. Okay, employee name and column. Now I have here 1, 2, 3 rows. The ID one is A, B, C, or C. Now table will consist of column and rows. The name of the table is EMP. Okay, and it has 2 columns called ID and name, and there are 3 rows here. These are 2 columns, and it has 3 rows. Row number 1, 2, 3. Now question is, the term attributes refers to dash of a table. So when we know that attributes are the column properties. Attributes are column properties. The option is, here we have record, column and tuple. Okay. What is the record? This EMP1 and A is a record. Columns are ID and name. So in the option here for us is the right answer would be column. Column means the attributes. Attributes are attributes are defined as a columns in a table. So option B is the right answer. So answer B is the right answer. Okay. Now next question we'll go. What is the next question here? Third question, that is, the dash term is referred to a row. The dash term is referred to a row. Again, table will have columns and rows. Table will have column and rows. And here my column names, for example, ID and name. So 1, 2, 1 comma A, 2 and B. Here 1 is a row having ID as 1 and name as B, and second row is 2 and having a column value of B for name. The term now here dash is referred to a row. So as we already know that an attribute is a column property. Column. Tuple means a row. Now this 1 and A is a tuple, 2 and B is a tuple. So here rows can also be called as tuple. Okay, field is like a column value. Instance is a on the main database you work on instance of a database copy. So the right answer would be tuple will be the answer for question number 3. Now we'll go to next question. So the answers are, first question answer is A. Answer is A. For second question, attribute means column property, column. Third means third term tuple is referred to row. So answers are 1A, 2B and 2C, 3B. Good, next question. Okay, dash in a table represents a relationships between a set of values. Dash in a table represents a relations among a set of values. So for the same example, EMP we have EMP, we have two columns here, one ID and name A, second column is B, third row is the C. Now dash in a table represents a set of values. A column is one, the ID and name, column, key, row and entry. So these are 4 given options. So what would be the right answer? A question is, what is in dash in table represents a relationship set of values. Now how is A related to 1? How is 1 related to A or A related to A? By seeing this example, by seeing this table, you can say employee for ID of 1 having name of A. Similarly, employee ID of 2 is having a name of B. So this is a relation. So ID 1 and A is a relation. Similarly, 2 and B is a relation. 3 and B and 3 and C are relations. So in a table we have column and rows, and each row is a relation. So in other words, I can say that employee ID of 1, employee ID of bearing ID of 1 has a name of A, and he works in dash department. That is, this entire set of row is called a row, and this represents a relationship between a set of values. That is the fourth answer. Answer is C, that is row. Next question. A relational database consists of a collection of tables, fields, records and keys. So what is a database? Database is a container which holds data. Database is a container which holds data. The data can exist in multiple tables. For example, if you see some college database, it will have students, it has faculty, it has transport, it has exam branch, it has library. So all these tables are there in the college database. So what is a relational database? What is a relational database? They would be a relation between multiple tables. For example, student and faculty have a relation. That faculty will teach the students. Students will take part in various programs conducted by faculty. So similarly, faculty and students will use the transport facility, and students and faculty are a part of examinations table, because students write the exams and faculty corrects the answer scripts and provide marks. Similarly, library. So library again, students and faculty can borrow books from the library and return it back. So all these tables are in a relation. That relational database will consist of tables. The relational database will consist of tables. So the answer here would be 5A. Next. Now we'll go to sixth question. Which one of the following is used to define the structure of a relation? Deleting relations and relating schemas. Okay, which one of the following is used to define the structure? So in SQL we have 5 types of commands. 5 types basically. Those are DDL, DML, then TCL, data control language, and at last DQL. These are the 5 commands available in SQL. Now first we'll see this question. Which one of the following is used to determine the structure of the relations, deleting relations and relating schemas? So the option here would be DDL is data definition language. In the data definition language, we create an object, we can change the properties of an object, or we can drop an object. So all this comes under the option called as DDL, that means data definition language. The option B is correct here. So option B is data definition language. In these commands we have create, we have alter, we have drop, we have rename, we have truncate. These 5 commands will be part of DDL commands, and this is to create a structure to hold the data, or to changing the property of an object to increase or to decrease based on the requirement. So all these 5 commands are part of DDL. So option here is DDL, data definition language. Okay. This question: create table space, it is student master. So my table name is student master, and I am saying I want to create a table by name create master, and it has two columns, name and ID, one of varchar, another of integer. Now what type of this statement is? So again, go back to the previous screen where we had commands like DDL, DML, DC, data control language, transaction control language, and DQL. So this is you're trying to create table. So create table belongs to command called as DML. In this we have other commands like create, drop, alter, rename, and truncate. So this answer is DDL. So create statement is a part of DDL. So create table is a part of DDL command. So the answer for the question number 7 is DDL. Now we'll go to the 8th question. Which one of the following provides the ability to query information from the database and insert into, delete tuples and modify the tuples in database? So this is again a part of DML. Here in DML we have 3 commands to be considered. That are insert, update, and delete. So insert, update, and delete. He is saying the question is the ability to query information from the database and to insert tuples. So how do you insert tuples? By using insert command, or delete by deleting the delete option, and modify tuples. So modify tuples will be done by update command. So the option for this would be update command. So all these 3 commands belong to the command called as DML, data manipulation language. The option would be here the DML, the data manipulation language. Okay, next question, 9th question. Select from the student master what type of statement is this? So it was something you're trying to select something from a database table by name student master. So what type of statement is this? Okay, here again options given to us are DQL, DDL, view, and integrity constraint. So the option here would be, so what is it is a select star from data. It is not a data DDL command, because in the DDL we don't have a select statement. So the option here is DQL, that is data query language. Only command available in data query language is a select statement. We used to get information from the database table. The option here would be DQL, that is data query language. So it is not definitely a DDL, it is not definitely a view, not definitely integrity constraint. So all these 3 options are correct or are incorrect. The right option would be here the option A, that is DQL. It is data query language is the only command in the DQL command used to retrieve data from the information table. Wait, next question. The basic types of basic data type char n their n would be a size, is a dash length character string, and varchar n is a length character dash. Okay, here we are trying to see the difference between a char and varchar. So when I say char, so char and varchar both holds the character data, and when it is char means it is a fixed length, and when it is a varchar means variable length. That means even though you mention size at 20, char 20, even if use or don't use, still the 20 bytes of memory is used in the terms of character. But in the case of varchar, it is a variable. If you use 5, it will consume only 5, remaining 15 are released to memory. But in the case of, suppose you use 10, only 10 10 is released to memory. But in the case of char 20, use 10, that remaining 10 is also is not released to memory. So by this, so the question is, it is a fixed length. So a basic data type of char n is a fixed type. So option here is fixed type, and the char n is it is variable length. So that is a variable length, that is option C. So here the right answer would be option C, because in the terms of characters, in the character string, character data type, the length is always fixed. Even though use or don't use also, it is fixed. Whereas in the varchar, it is a variable. It will consume only what you have consumed. Okay. The answer is fixed and variable. Okay. Next question, 11th question. Insert into student master values. Okay. Here it has 4 columns: ID, student ID, name of the student, and the subject, or and what is 66,000 would be something like his total score across all semesters. Maybe we'll just think about, okay, what type of student is. So it is a clearly insert statement. It is clearly an insert statement. So insert statement belongs to the language called SQL. In that you have DML, that is insert, update, and delete. Insert, update, and delete. So this insert statement will fall under the category of DML. So the answer is here the DML. So answer B is the right answer. Answer B is the right answer here. Okay, next question, 12th question. So is primary key generated on a table or a column? So answers, we have 2 options here, table and column. So a table will have a primary key. So a primary key will make sure that no data in the table would be a duplicate. Generally, a primary key is created on a column, but it is linked to a table. So see, how do you refer a column? How do you refer? Suppose a table is there by name EMP. It has 2 columns: EMP ID, and name and EMP name. So now when we create a primary key, we'll be creating a primary key on this EMP ID, so that no employee can no 2 employees will have the same ID. So we are trying to create an employee ID as a primary key. This primary key will be on this column, but it is actually referring to the table called EMP. So primary key will exist on a table, and in the table it will refer to a column. So answer A would be here. So primary key will be created in a table, and that primary key will have a columns. Will have a column or columns. There could be 2 columns as a primary key, or a single column primary key. But the primary key will be created for a table, and it will refer to a column. So don't be confused here. The primary key is created on a table, but it will refer to a column. So option A is correct here. So option A. Now we'll go to the next question. That is 12th question. The 13th question. Next question. Which command is used to change the table storage characteristics? Which command is used to change the table storage? So table storage means structure. It is related to structure. So structure changes are done by using a command. The DDL, we have the alter command. So alter command is a command used to change the table store structures. Here we have 4 options called as alter table. Okay, one option. Then modify table, change table, delete table. So modify table is not a valid option. Change table is not the delete option. Delete table is to remove data from the table. So here the question is change the table storage characteristics. So when it means you want to change the storage capacity. For example, you have created initially a name of varchar of 20. Suppose in the next future you get a student whose name is 25 characters. So ideally you cannot insert a 25 character string into a 20 character string. So we need to change the structure of an object. So you need to change the structure of the column to increase the size. So if you want to increase the size, you have to use something called as a command called as alter table. The command would be something like alter table, alter column. Column name. Suppose if the column name is e name varchar of 25. Earlier it was 20. Now I am making it a varchar of 20. And I am increasing the size to 20. So the command used to change the storage capacity is the alter table command. Okay. 14th question, which one of the following is true for a primary key? So we know that a primary key will not allow duplicate values. Okay, it will not allow null values. Okay, it will not allow duplicate values. It will not allow null values. The options given to us are: it can take null values, wrong answer. It cannot take null values, right answer. It can take a value more than once, wrong answer. So none of the above. So a primary key will make sure that no data in a table will be duplicated and they will not be in null values. So option B is the right answer. It cannot take null values. So option B is the right answer. Next, 15th question. The command used to remove a particular column in a relation means what is the command to use to remove a particular relation? That means we have to drop a column. We have to drop a column. The options that given to us are option create an offer, so alter and drop. One option, update table. Update table will not remove a column. So option B is wrong. The truncate column. There is no truncate column. The only truncate table is there. So truncate is to remove rows from the database table. So option C is wrong. So we are left with the delete column. This is also wrong. Delete column. So you cannot delete a column. You can only drop a column. How do you drop a column? Alter table dpt drop a column by name d name. Okay, drop. Okay, so in order to remove a particular column from the database, we have to use the drop command. The option here for us is the drop command. That is in the alter options. So answer would be here option A. Option A. Still command. Drop command is a part of what? So in the drop command, we have in the DDL we have create, alter, rename, drop, and truncate. These are part of DDL. The command is drop command is a part of which command here? Drop of is command of DDL. The option is DDL. Okay. Will update, change the structure. Will update, change structures. Update is to update the change. Update is to change the column, the row values. For example, your mobile number initial was 4823012345. This is the old mobile number. Now you have changed to 19812312345. Here the update is changing the column value. changing the row value. Here earlier it was 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 0. Now it is 1 2 3 0. It is, so we will update change structure. Update will not change the structure. Update will change the row value. The option here would be no. Update will not change the row. Update will not change the structure. Structure is changed by using the command alter. Update is only to change the row value. Okay, will truncate drop the structure? Will truncate drop the truncate will only remove the rows from the table. Truncate command just removes the rows from the table. It will not drop the structure. The option is no here. Option is no here. Okay, we have finished 18th question. We will go to the next 19th question. After that, we have 11 more. Okay, simple, straightforward. The full form of SQL is what? It is a structured query language, or it is standard query language, or simple query language. You know, the answer is a structured query language. It is the only language used to talk to database. And we can write this SQL query in various editors, various databases like Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase, Foxpro, etc. Okay. Next, the 20th question. An attribute A of data type varchar has 20 as a value of AI. So I'm in the attribute A, I'm trying to store a value of AVI, and it is data type is a varchar 20. An attribute B of varchar 20 has a value of REED. So here one is of a varchar 20, same other is a varchar 20. In this A, I am storing a value of AVI, and the second thing I am storing the value of REED. So here attribute will have dash spaces, and attribute has dash spaces. So it is a varchar 20. I am using 3. So the answer would be here 3 spaces. And it is a varchar 20, though I'm using only 4, but still it's a character, means entire thing locked up. The answer would be a 20. So answer is A, because in the terms of varchar, it will consume only what you have supplied. Though it is 20, you are supplying only 3 values A, V, I. So the answer would be here 3. But in terms of 20 varchar 20, even though you use or don't use, still it takes the size of 20. The option here is 3, 20. Answer A is correct. Remaining all are incorrect. Okay. Now we'll go to the 20th question. Which all of the following are the TCL command? So what is the full form of TCL? Transaction Control Language. In this command we have what is Transaction Control Language. So answer would be here the Transaction Control Language. Here you have rollback, save point, and commit. So all these three commands will be a part of TCL. TCL the full form is Transaction Control Language. It has 3 commands: rollback, save point, and commit. So the question is, which all of the following are TCL commands? So update and truncate are not a part of TCL. Select and insert not a part of TCL. Grant and revoke are not part of TCL. So the answer is rollback and save point. These 3 questions, these 2 options, rollback and save point, belongs to the option called as TCL. The answer would be here option D, that is rollback and save point belongs to a command called as Transaction Control Limit. So which of the following is true? Which of the following statements? Here we have 4 statements. Delete. What is the delete? To remove data from a database table. So delete does not free spaces. Delete does not free the spaces containing table. Truncate frees the space containing the table. See, truncate and delete does the same thing. When you don't use a where clause, so delete and truncate will remove entire records. But truncate, once you use the truncate, you cannot undo the changes. But when you use the delete, it will be using the rollback, and we can get the data back. So that is a basic thing of a delete and truncate. Now let us see options. Delete does not free the space containing the table, and truncate has piece of space. Option 1. Both delete and truncate piece of space contain the table. Both delete and truncate does not free the spaces. The delete free the spaces, truncate does not spaces. So here everything is related to spaces and erasing. Here we need to understand how it works here. When whatever options we do on a table, on a database table, everything is written to a log. Even if I write select statement or insert update, everything is written to a log. So based on this log only, the database will execute the commands. Now when you use truncate, no logging is done. When it truncate, no logging is done. It is when you use a delete or update, logging is done. So when we use a delete, logging is done. That will not release the spaces. But when you use a truncate, there is no logging done. So here immediately the space is released back to the memory. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. Please write down once again. When you use any operation in a database table, everything is written to a log. But when you use truncate, it is not written to log. Everything is deleted. Once deleted, we cannot roll back. That's why when we use a delete, you have option of roll back. So still it is there in your log files. But when you use truncate, it is gone forever. It is not in the log file. That's why when you use a truncate command, it will free us and the spaces what it consumed for removing the records. So option A is correct here. 23rd. How can you change the name Subbu to Subramaniam in the last name? So there's a value called Subbu and he wants to change the Subramaniam. So what is the update command? Update student set name is equal to Subramaniam where last name is equal to Subbu. So option D is correct. See the syntax to change the name of the column, the column value is update table name set. He is saying last name should be Subbu. So where last name is equal to Subbu, where there is Subbu, he wants to change Subramaniam. So option A is incorrect because there is no into is not there in update. Modify is also a wrong statement. Again here into is a modify student, into is also a wrong command. The right command is update table name set last name is equal to a new value where old value is equal to Subbu. The option here is D is correct. D is correct. Okay. Next question is 24. Dash EF code represented how many rules in the database was above? Well, how many rules there are? 11 rules starting with 0. That means there are 12 rules. So here option is 12th rule. So totally he has given us 12 rules, quad rules. The option is here number 12. That is D option. What does an alter table clause? Alter is to change the structure of an object or add a column or drop a column. So we have 4 options here. The SQL alter table clause modifies the table definition by altering, adding, or deleting column. Seems to be right option. Alter table is used to insert data wrong. Alter table deletes data from the database table wrong. Alter table is used to delete database table. Using the alter, we cannot delete a database table or a field, or we cannot insert data. It will only change the structure or adding a column, remove column, change structure. So option A is correct here. So the update SQL can cause update to only one row at a time. If there's a where condition, that is true. Update more than one row at a time. Or if there is no where condition, it is true. First, if there is a where condition, then it is true. If no where condition, it is true. Delete. So these two are rolled out. So update command can update one or more rows. If there is a where clause, it will delete only it will update only the satisfied condition. If there is no where condition, all the records will be updated. So option here is B. Option here is B. Next question. Which is the correct syntax, correct SQL statement to display all the records from the database from all columns? So we know that select statement is there. So the probable answer are A, B, C. So these 3 can be the right answers. But it says all the columns. When you want to all the columns, you have to use a command called as star. So select star from the table. So option A is correct. Option select all columns from database table. This command is not in database. Select from is not a key, is not a correct statement. None of this. So option A is correct. Select star from table name will give all the columns from the table name here. Okay. So option here is 27. 27 is A. 27 is option A. Okay. Last slide. Here we have 3 questions. DCL, what is DCL? Data Control Language provides commands to actions like change structure it is done by DDL. Insert, update or delete it is done by DML. Authorizing access and other control database, that is a part of DCL. In the DCL we have 2 commands called as grant and revoke. These 2 are the commands are the user specific permissions set on a table or a object to provide access or to remove access. So grant and revoke. So option here is C, authorizing access and other controls of the database. Okay. How many primary key a table can max have? A table can have only one primary key. That table can have multiple columns. That key, a primary key, there will be only one primary column table. That key can consist of one or more columns. So answer is only one. Answer 1 is only one. The last SQL where clause. What is the meaning of where clause? To eliminate the to minimize the records. Suppose you have 1000 records, you want to see only 10 records. You say where condition, where marks greater than 100, greater than 70 or 80, they are trying to filter the data. So where clause is used to filter the data. So limits the column data that are returns. It is not a column data. It limits the row data that written. Defines the structure from none of the above. See, you are not limiting the column data. It is only limiting the rows data that are written. So option here is B. Okay. These are the answers for the 30th questions. The 30 questions in the DBS practice 1. Okay. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.